So according to some brand new reports, the full plot leak, outline, cameos, and everything you want to know about Morbius and how it connects to the MCU and Venom 2 has all leaked online. We're going to sit down and go through the entire thing, so let's just get right into it. Okay guys, so we're gonna do this going to the file in real time. I transcribed it here on our website, which you guys can find the article. Unfortunately, I did link the source, but I can't seem to open the original one, so I don't know what's up with it. Maybe it's been ripped down or whatever, but we'll just go through what it says here, and we'll go through the entire plot leak, I guess. So the film opens up with Morbius getting a Nobel Prize for his involvement in medical research. Okay, acceptance speech. So we saw a little bit of this. The film cuts to black and then cuts to Michael as a young child at school being bullied because he can't walk. Okay, that makes sense. This is then broken up. Okay, so Jared Harris, a doctor at school. So this is kind of stuff we saw in the trailer. Cut to adult Michael having a discussion with Nico's, explaining that his disease is getting worse and he suspects he doesn't have long to live. Okay, well, I mean, so far so good. This is kind of stuff you can get from the trailer as well. So we'll see when we get into the good stuff. Hopefully that stuff we might not know, and see how that lines up with certain things. So Michael in a hospital, pointing chest against Nico's. Okay, Michael to pressure to become a doctor, find a cure for his disease. This is accurate to Morbius. Okay, all right here. Okay, cut to Michael in a hospital in New York, helping a young girl who has cancer. He then goes to take his medication. Okay, he is stopped by Matt Smith. Okay, so Matt Smith's character right here, Loxus Crown. That's an interesting name. Who Michael doesn't know. Crown gives him a briefcase and his card. He tells Michael that these may help him find a cure. Okay, so who's this guy then? Hopefully they go into that, because how does he just know about this? Cut to Michael being injected with his medication by his wife. Okay, during this case, Michael explains once again how he suspects he doesn't have long to live. Okay, so it definitely sounds like this movie starts off real slow, so make of that what you will. Okay, so them in a lab. Inside a dead bat, giant knife looks more like a machete. Michael is confused, but studies the bat and finds out it's a vampire bat, but nothing else. Once Bancroft leaves, Michael calls Crown and asks him about artifacts. Crown explains that he once suffered from the same disease and tells him about a cave in Brazil. So Matt Smith is also a vampire? Is that what I'm getting here? Because he had the same disease but cured it in Brazil? Okay, well, Michael tells Bancroft that he needs to go to the cave so he can be cured. Bancroft warns him, but Michael doesn't listen. Okay, cut to Michael in a helicopter on his way to the cave. There's voiceover from Crown while this is happening, explaining what Michael has to do. Once he arrives, he pays everyone off. Some kind of machine opens up from the ground, and Michael cuts his hand and presses it against these strings within the machine. Bats fly towards him. Okay, so this is very Batman-y again. This lines up with the trailer, killing everyone else that was in the helicopter. Michael passes out. Cut to black. Cut back to Michael waking up. He wanders Brazil for a bit, then sneaks onto a cargo ship headed to New York. He starts hiding and shivering. He's slowly transforming into a vampire. He also eats a live rat. Is this going to be a theme in these Sony movies? You just gotta eat something. Hopefully it's as stupid as the Venom. What was that? The lobster? Crab? I don't remember. Anyways, the ship is attacked by pirates. This is the film's first real action sequence. Oh boy, this sounds like this is like 40-50 minutes in. Damn, okay. Well, it is a cheaper movie, so Morbius starts killing off the pirates. Through the scene, he's obscured by shadow, and it's POV shot. Huh. That's interesting. They're going to do point of view from Michael? Okay, you know what? This might be a kind of interesting shot. If you guys remember The Amazing Spider-Man when they did the POV, that's kind of cool. We only get a look at him at the end of the scene as the shot from the trailer. Then Morbius jumps off the ship and starts swimming. This motherfucker gonna swim to New York? Okay. Well, could have made it to Florida or something. Much nicer, but alright. Alright, so Michael wakes up back in New York, and he's not sure what happened. Michael calls into a bar and tells the bartender to call an ambulance. During the scene, Michael watched the TV and is none other than J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson. All right. Talking about dead bodies, mysterious footage on a cargo ship. Michael then gets flashbacks. Okay, so he's going to do the whole amnesia thing for a bit. Okay, that makes sense. The ambulance arrives and he rushes back to the hospital. He wakes up and tells everyone that he was mugged and his crutches were stolen. Once he's in the lab, he tells Bancroft and Nikos what really happened, that he locked himself in a containment to protect them. Okay. Michael's thirst for blood becomes too strong and he breaks out. Bancroft and Nikos escape, but he runs after a doctor nurse working there and is shot by a security guard. Bancroft then injects Morbius with something and he's knocked out. Okay, so it definitely seems like this is going to be still much slower than most people are anticipating, but hopefully that means character development is top notch. Michael wakes up in his lab and finds a tomb there. There's a note that says, all the answers you seek will lie within Loxus, okay? Okay. Michael opens it to find a skeleton wearing a comic-accurate Morbius suit, which Michael laughs at. God damn it. The tomb is also covered in some ancient language, and Michael doesn't know how, but he's able to read it. Okay, that's a typical trope, so I'm okay with that. Cut to Simon Stroud, Tyrese. Oh, our boy, here he is. All right, so like an hour and 15, Tyrese comes in. This is the MVP. Investigating what caused the death of the pirates. Simon believes it was something supernatural that caused it, which the others laugh at. Isn't this in the MCU? Aren't you saying this is in the MCU? Why would something supernatural be? Simon also has a mechanical gauntlet. Oh, God damn, I can't read. I'm so frustrated right now. On his right arm that gives him super strength in this arm. It's mentioned that it is a grant from Oscorp. So you're telling me Oscorp and all this MCU stuff is happening. A dude that's a Spider-Man is out here, and the supernatural stuff is making the guards laugh at him. Okay. Meanwhile, there's a montage of Michael testing out his new abilities. A lot of this is seen in the trailer. Okay, that makes sense. Simon visits Emil Nikos and starts asking him about Michael. Okay. Meanwhile, Loxus is some kind of lab in the sewer, revealed to be incredibly skinny and has tattoos all over his body. He collapses. Okay. Cut to the tomb in Michael's lab, opening itself up. The skeleton in it starts fighting Morbius. This is the best scene in the movie just because of how bonkers it is. Okay, I like that. Morbius defeats it by crushing its skull, and then the skeleton's costume attaches itself to Morbius. Hype! Oh, man, he better have that sweet, like neck collar. Better pop it like Fonzie. You kids know who Fonzie is? Okay, so anyway, so Loxus wakes up, casts some kind of spell on him. He then walks onto some train tracks and stops the train with his weird magic spell. When he struck the life out of everyone on board until he regains his strength and he looks normal Matt Smith. What is even happening here? Loxus senses that Simon Stroud is going to ruin his plans, and he possesses Morbius, who flies over to Nico's house to kill Stroud. Stroud is able to put up a fight with Morbius because of his gauntlet, and Nikos is killed during the fight, leading Michael to snap out of it. Michael allows Stroud to arrest him. He sends to San Quinn, okay, whatever, I can't pronounce that, and his inmate is Adrian Toomes, Michael Keaton, okay, who makes a joke about how, him getting blipped technically meant he got a shorter sentence. Oh. During the night, Michael sees Loxus crown in some kind of ghost form and tells Michael to meet him in New York or he'll kill Martin Bancroft. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, how's he take on a ghost form? Okay, Michael builds up his power and breaks out of prison while floating and being surrounded by bats. This somehow leads to all electricity being cut off within the prison and everyone is set free. A prison riot ensures. Man, I'm not even going to edit any of this. Okay, Toomes climbs out of the prison while Michael uses his powers against prison guards and steals a code from one of them. Toomes thanks Michael for breaking him out and tells him he's putting a team together, the Sinister Six, and wants Michael to join. Michael declines and uses his super speed to take him to New York. We also see, okay, Mac Gargan break out and meet with Toombs. Cletus Cassidy, Woody Harrelson, also runs off. Thankfully, his hair no longer resembles Sideshow Bob and looks more like a mop and a slightly less red. It still looks like a wig, but it's better than what he had in Venom. So, I thought Cletus Cassidy was in San Francisco. Maybe he got a transfer to New York for whatever reason. Okay, Morbius finds Ox's crown in New York, who reveals that the skeleton was once him, and he's reincarnation, and he needs Morbius to complete a ritual so he can live forever. Without... So, with reincarnation, he gets more powerful. Okay. Morbius' costume forms around him as he fights Oxus. They're mostly flying the whole time. The fight reminds me a lot of the fight from the end of Chronicle. Well, that's good, because that was a good fight. Morbius is able to defeat Crown by reading one of his tattoos, which allows him to suck the life out of Crown. Morbius grows until he's 9 foot tall and starts roaring at everyone around, but Bancroft calms him down until he's normal Michael again. Michael escapes before police arrive and take him off his costume. On the way, he passes the Spider-Man poster tagged murder. And unlike in the trailer, the picture used resembles the Homecoming suit instead of the Raimi suit. Okay. The film ends with Michael and Bancroft at Nico's funeral while Stroud watches in the distance. Cut to Morbius jumping across New York. The final shot is Morbius on a billboard showing a Peter Parker wanted sign. There are no end credit scenes. Now, so this all sounds very plausible. Some of it sounds really stupid. Like, extremely stupid. But having seen Venom, this all sounds very plausible. Like, you know what, this sounds probably like it's accurate. Honestly, this sounds like a hell of a good time. I mean, the first hour sounds really slow, but once it gets going, it sounds like it loses its mind, which is peak cheese, and I think that's what we want. So, that's the plot. What do you guys think?